kid, so
I
there's
look like
that
an
too.
adult.
Do you need a booster seat?
I do.
So welcome back.
Hi. Internet. You have to start, because I don't know.
Man, fuck this movie.
I didn't mind it.
I fucking
Actually, I
hated it.
minded a lot of things. But
I got
laughed.
drunk for Sherlock Gnomes. I should have gotten drunk for this movie.
I was a little tipsy. I don't know if that increased my liking of this movie.
Yeah, I wish. I had one beer and that was not enough. I kept looking at my empty beer cans like sad. So, yeah, if you don't know if this is a movie about how Amy Schumer starts out as an insecure, self-obsessed, narcissistic, unlikable person, and then she bonks her head and thinks she's a really pretty, narcissistic, self-obsessed, impossible to be around woman, and then she bonks her head again, and then she goes back to being an insecure, self-obsessed, narcissistic, impossible to like woman, and yeah, that's 2 hours of my fucking life. Of Amy Schumer being a narcissistic, impossible to like, insufferable woman.
See, I feel like I really liked this idea of, like, radical confidence in, like, everything that you are.
No,
but then it was like, I'm super confident and I love myself, but now that I know I'm pretty, I'm gonna be a bitch.
There's
like,
a fine line between confidence and asshole.
Yeah, but I feel like she started at the confident and then just,
I didn't.
hit
No, like, you know what's more annoying than that
the
person?
bitchiness.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's fine.
You know what's worse than that person where Amy Schumer starts out in this movie? Where, you know what's more annoying than the insecure person who won't shut up about all their insecurities? Is the woman who thinks she's all that and makes everything about her.
Yeah. I mean,
Things that have nothing to do with her. She makes it about her.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really mind the idea of women taking up more space.
I don't have a problem with that either.
But she was being a bitch.
Like, my problem isn't with the idea, it's with the execution and just how obnoxious Amy Schumer is.
I agree with that. I feel like I wanted a lot lot of things that I didn't get.
All right. Don't let me overpower you. You go like say your piece.
No, I agree. I think there were so many things I had issues with. One, like, every fucking cast member was white. Every single one, except for the one dude who had, like, one line.
Oh, yeah, like the one black guy.
Yeah. There was, like, one black guy who said, like, one thing to, like, a side character, not even to Amy Schumer. So, I mean, that was already kind of interesting. You're in New York. Like, have you been to New York? Like, do you know what the population of New York looks like?
I know what Hollywood looks like.
It's not very white. Hollywood is a lot more white. And I took issue with that. I took issue with that the whole thing was like that she's a fat girl in comparison to all the girls that she wants to be, and Amy Schumer's not.
Yeah, apparently
She's
there was like
pretty
no
average.
Apparently there's like no ugly people in New York outside of like the main characters.
Yeah, like, I was really kind of put off by that. I didn't really like the douchebag brother.
Which one? Like, I feel like there's a lot of douchebags in this fucking movie.
What was her name? Avery's brother.
Oh yeah, like the CEO,
Amy
hot
Schumer's
model
boss's
chick.
brother was some random side character that had nothing to do with the entire
And it goes nowhere. Like,
it goes nothing.
Like, they do like a kind of a fair thing, but then they drop it and it never comes up again.
Yeah, I feel like his character was pointless. Like, let me tempt confident Amy Schumer with this hot guy and see if she's not a bitch. I don't know, was that the
bullshit?
Was that how they were using him? I don't know.
I guess the whole thing was to doubt who she is at the end. That's when she gets massive head trauma again. And even cuts herself, but doesn't go to a hospital. And that scar is never seen again.
Yeah, she looks perfectly fine after.
Yeah, because, head trauma is perfectly okay. Massive hallucinations, totally fine. Should not go to a doctor in any way, shape, or form, because she probably has a concussion.
Yeah. I also just, I don't like how she talks to the quote-unquote pretty girl.
I don't like
that
how she talked
likes.
to anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like... Yeah, exactly. She didn't talk to anyone well. But, I don't know, like, they had Amy Schumer, as her confident self, the magical confident self, has a conversation with a model who she's run into several times, and she's just like, you got dumped? How could you get dumped? How could you not think you're pretty? And it's just... It was, like, so off-putting to me, and then, like, kind of off-putting to her, and then the model character was like, oh, you're making me feel better, ha 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 ha. And I was just like, no, that would make anyone feel like shit, and, like, I would immediately walk away from you if you said that to me. I don't care if you're Amy Schumer.
Realistically, any one of these characters would have the same reaction her friends eventually had towards the end of the film. Like, no, fuck off!
Yeah.
Which is what I would like. Like, I've met these incredible narcissistic people, and I'm like, dude, you go over there and spew out your bullshit in that general direction.
Yeah.
And realize, like, ooh, you're confident. That's like, no. No. You're bombastic, obnoxious, intolerable.
Narcissistic. I think that was a good word for it.
And God, I hate that. And first of all, I really don't like Amy Schumer. As an actor or as a person, quite frankly.
She's kind of problematic, right? She said...
The problematic's a word. It's a nice word, but honestly, I feel like this movie kind of captures her real life persona, which is obnoxious, not quite as self-obsessed, but not far off, and talks a lot of trash that she hasn't really earned.
Did she also, like, direct or write this movie, or was she just acting?
This movie had, like, 2 directors.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think she was one of them. I don't know. I know she's another one of those, like, stand-up comedians who had, like, a brief spotlight, but then that's kind of slows down to crash and burn. Because her last Netflix comedy special got panned.
Oh, I didn't think it.
Like, really, really bad. She's like... I kind of like Kevin Hart in that she's kind of known for just doing the same kind of shtick over and over again and hoping for different results. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'll give Kevin Hart a little more credit that his stand-up's probably better, or at least there's more effort into it.
I don't know.
Let's talk about sex and dicks and vaginas.
I haven't seen any of Kevin Hart's stand-up recently.
I don't like Kevin Hart either. I don't dislike him as much as I hate Amy Schumer, because I just find her unpleasant.
I found her quite unpleasant in this movie.
Yeah, it fucking shows.
I mean, that being said, it did have its... Like, I laughed. There were times where I laughed. I liked Avery. Her character was kind of funny.
Right, the squeaky voice Minnie Mouse.
Squeaky-voiced boss.
CEO.
Yeah.
She was fine. I don't really have an issue with her. But problem is when... Like, I didn't even have that many issues with a lot of the supporting characters.
Yeah, her friends were cool. The boyfriend was... cool.
I honestly, I liked her coworker at the beginning of the movie. He was like the only character I was really behind.
I love him. I wonder. I haven't seen him in anything else, but it's kind of a funny story, and I think he's fucking fantastic.
I feel like I have. I just don't remember where. But I
don't even know his name.
I liked him in this because I feel like I'd be him in the most situations I'd have to deal with her. Which is like, shouldn't we have banter? Shouldn't we like talk and engage? He goes, no. I'm like, good for you. You're quiet. I don't fucking blame you. Because sometimes you need someone just to shut the fuck up.
She was one of those people. I feel like it's just one of those really, like, cringy movies.
Yeah.
Like, I was cringing probably, like, 50% of the time, and I feel like, cringe has its moments, but you can't just try to, like...
It can, but this movie relies on it so heavily.
Yeah, it was only cringe.
Yeah, and that's it. And for an almost 2-hour movie, no.
It was hard to watch sometimes.
It's like those bro comedies.
You, don't get any relief.
You don't, and it's kind of like that's a good point too. It's kind of like those stupid, obnoxious bro movies where all it is just, oh look, hot chicks, drinking, pot parties, woo! It's like, no, you need more. Do something.
Yeah.
Do something original, god damn it, or at least interesting.
Yeah, I feel like the idea had so much potential.
It could have been a perfectly fine promoting good body image stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm totally fine with that. But the problem this movie has, and this is the thing that really bothered me, is that for as confident as Amy Schumer presents herself, and how much they like have that big speech and said like you should be confident and you should do this. Like, okay, fine, I'm totally on board with that. What I do have a problem with is that I don't think the movie agrees.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I was even bothered too by like the really fucking nice clothes she was wearing. Like clearly a different style from like the fashionistas that she was being compared to, but like it was all really nice. Like, I couldn't afford half the shit that she was wearing, and she was supposed to be the regular girl.
Even, like, the fucking company she works for naturally contradicts her entire argument at the end of the movie. Because she works for a makeup company.
Yeah.
So the whole speech is like, you just believe in how beautiful you are just the way you are, and this makeup will make you even more beautiful. It's like, do you not see the hypocrisy? Do you not... You don't get it. This movie has no self-awareness.
Yeah. I mean, I will say, I think I like makeup, and I think you could be confident in makeup.
No, like, okay, that's a fair point. Like, it's nothing against makeup, but it's just hard to take your message of body positivity seriously when it's actively promoting a makeup company.
Yeah. Additionally, like, I don't know, is that off? Is that mean to say that I'm like, I still feel like she's very fucking average sized, and for her to just be you're so fucking skinny to this model, like, felt so off to me.
No, that's perfect. And again, it goes back to Hollywood skinny versus real life skinny.
Yeah.
In real life, Amy Schumer would be perfectly fine.
I feel like Amy Schumer is such like a normal, average, perfectly healthy woman body type.
Yeah, like, nobody would give a shit.
Yeah.
In real life. And all she does, and for what, like, again, it's like, she goes, who cares what you look like? Bitch, you literally only stopped caring what you look like when you started this speech. That was the only time you stopped caring about how you look. And now you're gonna preach to me?
Yeah.
Fucking hypocrite.
Yeah, I had a lot of big issues. And then, like, I don't know. This, like, Amy Schumer's very, I mean, she's also, like, super mainstream beauty in a lot of ways. Like, aside from the weight thing, she's got, like, blue or green eyes, blonde hair, light skin. She's, you know, not perfect, not like anyone, but she is kind of mainstream beauty in a lot of ways.
She's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Like, again,
so I feel like
it's just her personality is really ugly.
Even like, yeah. I think it was definitely a miss on the content. It had its moments. It had its jokes.
I mean,
there were some characters that I loved.
It's the same joke, though. That's kind of the problem with it, too. Is like you said before, like, the entire joke is, oh, she thinks he's hot, but we know she's not. But she's actually really confident about it.
I didn't like that either.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about.
I'm supposed to think that she's not super hot.
And that's the joke, and that's what really fucking bothers me about this movie, is the fact, that's what I mean when it said that the movie doesn't agree with its own message, in the fact at no point does anyone else, except for, even the boyfriend has his trepidations towards the end. She kind of bullies him into a relationship, which is like big fucking red flag.
She does a little bit. Problematic.
But the entire time, the entire joke is she's confident, but the movie basically tells us she shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And that's kind of fucking gross.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, and so...
it was just like, the cringe was that we all knew that she wasn't as attractive as she thought that she was, but she is.
It's, again, like, nobody would care.
Yeah.
It's only this fucking movie with Hollywood standards that, oddly enough, by trying to promote better Hollywood standards, is also reinforcing its Hollywood standards.
Yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off. What were you going to say?
No, I feel like they were also just painting, like, I don't know, men's attraction with broad strokes. Like, through, until, like, the end, I don't know, like, I guess it was very, like, woman-centered, so you only really saw a few women, but then, like, the men that were present, it was like super hot douchebag, and then, like, kind of cute nerdy guy, like, comparison, like, it was like pitting like the hot guy against the nerd guy, like, and I didn't like that at all. I really hated that.
My first thought was more like, whoever think guys aren't attracted to, like, average size, or even there's no size one guy or another will not be attracted to. If you think otherwise, you clearly have not been on the internet long enough.
Yeah, there's a lid for every pot. Like,
That's a nicer way of saying that. You know what, guys will fuck anything. We are not that picky.
yeah, and I think guys aren't really. Sure, some guys are, but like a lot of men that I know are not that shallow either. Like,
No, not really.
they don't care. Like, they literally wouldn't even notice half of the shit that it's like just highlighted.
Like,
in this
whatever, you know.
movie. I don't know.
Like,
Yeah.
there's like, yeah, like I
It's
said,
very trivial.
there's a lid for every pot.
There's a lid for
Unless it's a Greek pot, maybe.
Greek lids.
Do they have Greek lids for those pots? I've never seen a Greek lid for a pot, for I don't know, maybe.
I don't know. I've never been to Greece.
Oh, I'm thinking vases. Never mind.
Yeah, those don't have lids.
Yeah, never mind. I'm way off track.
Anyways,
See, I was gonna start with an Avenger joke, but I hate the movie so much I completely lost track. That review's coming, by the way. Don't worry.
Oh, you hated it.
Avengers?
Yeah,
I watch that any day over the week over this movie.
it's true. We didn't watch the previous one.
No, we got the previews.
Did we watch? I don't remember watching the previews.
I wrote them down so I know we
I
watched
wasn't
them.
paying attention.
Apparently not.
I'm really confused. I don't. What was it?
But
Or we need to
I don't
finish talking about the movie.
yeah, I was just talking
That's
the movie
true.
first. I still have some things I want to rant
Oh,
about.
do. I'm out. Those were my thoughts.
Fair enough. It mostly just revolves around how fucking much I hate Amy Schumer, and I was like, you know, why do I hate her? It's been a while since I've seen her. Maybe she's not that bad. And I was like, oh, yeah, she is. She can't act. She can't act away a paper bag. It's one of those movies where everyone else is a better actress than her, or better actor just in general than she is, and it's obvious and it's painful. And I felt that way about Trainwreck too.
I didn't watch. No, did I watch Trainwreck? I did.
Which movie I didn't mind. I thought it was more I thought it was perfectly fine, but I was like, man, you know it's bad when LeBron James is overshadowing you as an actor right now.
Yeah, that's true.
It was sad.
Yeah, I did like a lot of the side characters markedly better than Amy Schumer's.
Well, it was funny because
acting wise.
as one of her friends is played by one of the comedians in The Big Sick, and all I could think was like, wow, I'd much rather be watching that romantic comedy because it's so much better.
Yeah.
Have you seen The Big Sick?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you gotta come over and watch The Big Sick. You'd love it.
Okay, good.
You would love that movie. Like, that's like, oh my god, so good. That made my top 10 list last year, and it's perfectly fine romantic comedy.
Oh, that's good.
But I might go home and watch that now, actually, because now I get it on my brain. That's like, ooh, I love that. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, this movie just fucked up. Like, when you're
misguided in many directions.
when you really kind of break it down and look at its bits and pieces, it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you at all. And I laughed. I didn't have an awful time.
Our audience had a good
But
time.
I agree with you. Yeah, I feel like like the women next to us and in front of us were laughing so hard that it made me enjoy myself a couple times.
I can see that.
I loved it. We had a really good crowd.
I was surprised, and then I looked at the crowd, and then I wasn't as surprised because I was like, all right, well, everyone's here to see Avengers. I'm pretty sure I feel pretty empty. And then we get in there, it's fucking packed.
Yeah, it is.
Like, we had to stay close to the theater. Then I looked at the crowd, it's like middle-aged women, mostly. It's kind of like,
yeah.
all right, kind of playing up the stereotype, but this does feel like it's target audience.
It was cute. They were all laughing.
I mean, they were having a good time, and you know what?
I liked it.
If it's your thing, good for you. Like, I'm not gonna take that away from. And like at the same time, if you're one of the people that like this movie, I don't know why you're watching this review on this channel, because anyone who watched my channel long enough to know this is not my kind of movie at all. And I'd much rather be talking about Avengers, but I took a sick week last week because my allergies kicked in super hard, and it knocked me out of commission for like 5 straight days. So I'm catching up, and I don't know if I'll get to see Super Troopers 2 or not, but
I vetoed that one.
I mean, like, next week only one movie comes out, so I don't know, maybe. Fuck. Yeah, I don't got much else. This movie sucks.
I thought it was average.
Okay, that's fair. Who would you recommend this to?
Like my mom. I think my mom would laugh a lot. I think my mom isn't hypercritical of really any movie.
Yeah, that's fair.
And
And
your mom.
show it to your mom. My mom might honestly kind of like this movie too. Maybe. I don't know. I kind of hope she did like Battleship. Questioning my mom's standards.
I question my mom's standards for movies as well.
Okay.
Favorite actor is Nicolas Cage.
I don't misjudge her for that because I love Nicolas Cage too, but
No.
for different reasons.
I used to.
What happened?
I grew up.
See, I grew up and I watched his bad movies. Like, this is
City of Angels
amazing.
is no longer the best VHS in the house.
You know he's actually playing Superman now?
No.
In the Teen Titans Go movie.
No.
He voices Superman.
I don't like. I guess his voice is like. Okay.
Yeah, no,
I was
yeah.
thinking of his like balding head as like.
No, he actually was
Superman.
cast as Superman back in the Tim Burton days. The movie never made. You look it up. There's a picture of him in the suit. It never made print, but
No, he's not.
it does.
He's
The
not
picture exists.
Superman. Oh,
The evidence
that's
exists
awkward.
out
I'm
there.
okay with his voice though. That's fine.
I will admit that Teen Titans Go the movie looks like shit, but the last trailer had like 2 really good jokes in it. One where
Wait.
they should.
Is it like the new Teen Titans? Or is
Yeah,
it
the
like
crappy
old?
Teen Titans. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, because it needs a movie. I mean, to be fair, they kind of take an interesting angle with it in that they're just shameless making fun of how crappy the DC movies have been up to this point. Because it opens up with them watching a trailer for Alfred, the movie. Where we need to sweep up these streets. Like, you know what? I'd watch that. I'd watch that several times.
Well, you'll have to let me know how it is.
It's gonna suck.
I've never forgiven them for taking this direction.
Neither did I.
And it
neither
seems
have
like
I.
the entire internet hasn't.
No, we're
So
still bitter as shit.
I don't know why.
Because kids like it. Yeah, I know. I'm right there with you. I hate it too. I grew up on the old cartoon. I love that shit.
It's so good.
But it does have the other trailer where it showed like Jon Stewart, Green Lantern. There he's talking about like, have you ever made a movie about you, Green Lantern? And he goes, yeah, there was a Green Lantern movie, but we don't talk about it anymore. It's like, all right, that was a funny joke.
Yeah, no. It was so bad. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I remember when I saw it like, in opening night and like being the only one that was so pissed off.
I saw only like half of it because it was in the other screen at the drive-ins.
The Green Lantern fucking blew.
I'm glad that I didn't waste money on it.
Oh god, that was a miserable time. I remember it was like the end credit teaser where the Sinestro puts on the rain. I was only going, why would he do that? The movie gives us no reason to do it. I was mad. And I'm a big Green Lantern fan too, so
I can
it make it best.
visualize you mad in the car.
And that was back
Learning
like
about Green Lantern.
this was before I started doing this. So that's when those are the precursor days. The seeds were sown very early on. Like how long ago was Green Lantern?
A long time ago, for sure. I'm trying to...
Like I gotta look it up now because it's gonna bug. Holy shit! It was
Great.
7 years ago.
I'm not that old.
It came out in 2000.
I can't be that old.
I'm older than you.
7 years ago.
2011. Yeah,
That was my senior year of high school.
I
Who
was.
the hell did I go to the drive-ins with?
I was 18 when that movie came out.
That's so weird.
Right. I was like 18 or 19. Fuck. Now I'm 26.
I'm really thrown by that. I really thought that was more recent.
I know. It always feels like the year 2000 wasn't that long ago.
It really doesn't feel like it. Man, alright.
So let's get on a less depressing topic. Let's talk about the trailers.
I don't even remember what they were.
Oh, you'll remember
so-
this one because you got super excited when this came on. Mamma Mia, here we go again.
Here we go again. My
Target audience. Did you like the first one?
Yeah! Duh! Did you not? Oh my god!
I'm just gonna go on a wild guess and say I'm not the target audience for that movie.
It was great. The second one's gonna be great. It has fucking Cher in it. Cher, Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep didn't even give a shit when she did the first one.
It doesn't matter. She's golden. I don't care. I love her face. I'm excited for this movie. I think it's gonna be great.
When you mean like the flashback, flash forward thing where they get 3 actors that look nothing like the dads.
It's okay with me.
Okay.
I'm there for the music. I'm there for the song. I'm there for the dancing, the beach, and the pretty ladies.
See, I know you and I are gonna see that when that comes out, and you're gonna be dancing along, and I'm gonna sound like this piece of shit.
I was already doing that in the
I'm gonna
theater.
like calling Grant for backup, like, dude, I need somebody to hate this with me.
We should all do that movie, and then you guys can just be brooding while I'm just like, Mamma Mia.
That actually would make a really funny contrast. Oh, fuck. And then we got Life of the Party.
Don't remember.
That was the Melissa
like
McCarthy
the Melissa
movie.
McCarthy one.
Yeah, that one.
I do love Melissa McCarthy, but I get that her movies are not the greatest.
She's another one of those actors I feel like she does the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, I really do feel like that, yeah.
And I hate...
It's getting old, and I think Melissa McCarthy's definitely capable of more than that.
I think she is too. You know, like, I'll give her credit as far as that goes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just... Because I know she got another movie coming out that actually looks fairly decent, where she is actually trying. But, like, other than that, like, I've seen so much... I've seen, like, one Melissa McCarthy movie a year, and they're always awful. With, like, the only exception I can think of was Spy, which was okay. Being that I like that more for Jason Statham than Melissa McCarthy. Because they're just fun watching him be, like, a giant, like, super spy man-child.
I didn't see it, but I can imagine them too.
It was kind of funny because they started like no, you times 10, you times 20, and then it says like just him from the very back corner of the hallway, pitch in black, just does this, you times infinity, and it, like deadpan voice. I'm like, all right, he's kind of winning me.
Take that. I'll have to watch it.
That one you might
I don't
like.
mind her in general, but yeah, this seems like a lot of the same old.
Like, unlike Amy Schumer, I don't mind her as a person. I just don't like her acting. And Tammy was one of the worst movies I saw, like, when I first started doing this, too.
Really? I was hoping that would be okay.
That was one where... That was the first review I ever dropped the C word. That's how much I hated that movie.
I love the C word.
I'm going to quote, like, Christopher Tice on this, and it was like, before my breakup, like, C word was always like, hey, don't say that word around me, and stuff like that. After my divorce, that word has become my binky.
It's a good word.
And I felt that way after my last breakup.
I like it. Feels good sometimes.
Sometimes you just
really mean.
Sometimes you need to call somebody a cunt, you know?
Yeah. Agreed.
I'm not monetized anymore. I can say whatever I want.
Good.
Did they make the Game of Thrones cunt song? Cunt.
Can't cure cunt. It's my favorite line.
Fucking.
That line made me like the word. That line from Game of Thrones. I never used it until that line.
Was that from Peter Dinklage?
No, I think it was God, the big old guy that kidnapped Arya.
Oh, the mountain?
No,
I
could be completely wrong. It's been years.
No, it sounds like something he would say. You mean what's his name? The Mountain?
I don't know his name. It's been years, and I never finished the series. I got to like season 4 or 5, and then I didn't have HBO anymore.
You need to come over to my house. I have HBO.
But yeah, I have not finished it, so I don't know who it is. But someone said you can't cure cunt.
Yeah, that sounds like something he would say.
And I've liked the word ever since.
Life of the Party looks like another Melissa McCarthy movie.
Yeah, it does.
In summary.
It doesn't look like worth wasting your money on.
No, and then we got Book Club.
Book Club looks good. Okay, I'm not a fan of like okay, let me explain why.
Okay. I'm reserving harsh judgment.
I don't like
not all judgment, but a little.
What is it? 50 Shades of Grey book. I think that's dumb. They could have chosen a better erotic book. But I guess it's the most mainstream, so whatever. I really like the idea of some older, more mature women's being sexy and, like, feeling sexy and wanting to experiment, and just, like, being girls about it. I think that's super fun.
Fair enough.
I love that idea.
To me, it feels like an hour and a half advertisement for the 50 Shades books.
It really did feel like that,
Yeah.
though. I can understand that. The cover was just, like, in the screen the whole
it's like,
time.
when you read this book,
Yeah.
you ever heard of spanking? That's on this book. Girl in the airport, this is nasty. Yeah, that shit. It's like, I've seen all 3 of the fucking movies. I can tell you, it's about as erotic as eeny teeny, like a ghost in an eeny teeny bikini.
I refused. I refused to read the books. I refused to watch the movies.
They're dog shit. That's no surprise. It's over, though. The 3rd one came out this year. I don't have to watch any more of the fucking things, hopefully. Unless they adapt the Grey books.
Don't say it now. Now you jinxed it. Now you jinxed it.
No! It's like we're out there, like, they're gonna announce on the same day. They announce, like, boom, Medea Halloween 3.
You're welcome. Oh my god.
That's good. I got my
that.
Tyler Perry movie quote out for the year, so hopefully we're good. In Acrimony. Acrimony was amazing for all the wrong reasons.
Did not see it.
Me and Grant saw, we laughed our ass off. That was a delight.
The record, the only times I watch movies is when I'm sitting here in Michael's car after. It's the only
Because I
time
pest you with
watch
text messages
movies.
until you tell me when you're free.
Yeah. I'm basically just filler, and I'm okay with that.
You're not filler.
Because I enjoy
You're not filler. I'm not filler. I love having you on here. Otherwise, I wouldn't bug you as much as I do.
I'm the average consumer.
That gives you
Portion of this show.
That gives you a valid viewpoint.
I'll take that.
For the people that would ordinarily disagree with my viewpoints, which is fairly often. So
Yeah, we disagree quite often.
it's okay.
I think our only unanimous hatred was for Aloha.
Oh my god. No, we also agreed on Diary of a Teenage Girl. We both like that one.
Oh yeah, we agreed on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
We've agreed sometimes.
We agree sometimes. I think unanimous hatred was reserved for Aloha, though.
Your reaction to Kirk Cameron Saving Christmas is still my favorite reaction videos I've ever done for anything.
I was so upset.
I know, and it was amazing to watch. Every time I think about it, I giggle just a little bit because I think of that time you collapsed, when you just collapsed on the floor, like hands shaking like this, and you said, "Did he just promote commercialism?" And I was like, "Yes, he did."
I'll never forgive you. That's okay. I got payback.
For Misfits, we all fell asleep through.
That's okay. That's
Social
good enough
Misfits,
for
that would
me.
have. Oh man, that movie sucked.
It's a gem. Don't you listen to him.
I mean, Kirk Cameron Saving Christmas sucks too. I just acknowledge him for what. I still love it, but it's a piece of garbage.
Garbage.
It is
Absolute garbage.
It is. Hey, at least I didn't make you watch Ghost Rider 2.
It's like straight propaganda.
It is absolutely. But like pro-Christmas propaganda, which is kind of rare.
Very weird, but yeah. Anyways.
I'm going to show Laura that this Christmas.
I feel like we can't do one of these videos without talking about how much I hated Cameron.
To be fair, you haven't been on camera in a long time.
That's true. We haven't watched a lot of movies recently.
Yeah, because you've just been so busy.
The last one was Dunkirk.
Oh my god, has it been that long?
Yeah.
It's almost a fucking year.
It's
Goddamn.
been since Dunkirk.
Yeah, we woke up early in the morning. It's like, yeah, let's go see a war movie first thing in the morning. What could go wrong? 2.5 hours later, Jesus! We agreed on that one.
Yeah, it's true. We both like that one. That's good.
No, you and I we're good. I feel like we're good friends though. We get along. That makes these fun. Gives us an excuse to hang out for a little while.
Yeah. I just vent to Michael about my entire life every time I get in the car.
My job title, it literally has therapist in it. And I get people, like, all I gotta do, like, I'm at the fucking dentist office, for example, and I was like, what do you, like, some, like, woman with a thick Indian accent, like, what do you do for a living? It's like, I'm an ABA therapist. Oh, let me tell you my long-winded history of my possibly learning disabled son.
That's what happens. That's what happens.
And I was kind of like, and like, you want advice? Because I kind of and every single time it happens, it's like, oh, let me tell you about my child. And it's like, you know, I'm not, like, I'm not qualified to talk, like, give you a plan.
My boss is a therapist, and that is like her whole life.
Some people don't even hear, like, work with kids so much as therapists. I was like, oh, let me tell you my depressive episode last week. It's like, and me being the person I am,
person that you are.
being for one hand thinking, oh, for fuck's sake, but going, okay, go ahead.
I don't have the time.
What was that?
I don't have the time for this.
Kind of in that screaming that in my head, like, okay, all right.
Continue.
Yep, let's do this. We're gonna do this.
I have the emotional.
Then I gotta carry that baggage for the rest of the day. It's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was book club. I mean,
I want to see it, kind of.
I like Robert T. Nelson.
I don't know who any of the actors that you name are.
He was
50% of the time.
He's the older guy with the Viagra at the end.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Who was in Parenthood.
I like all old ladies, though.
I liked him fine.
Older
But
ladies.
when not Robert T. Nelson, he was he was fucking shit. Greg Nelson. That's what I'm thinking of. Robert T. Nelson was a commanding officer back in Theodore Roosevelt. No. Yeah, Robert T. Nelson was commanding officer in 1992. It's not who I'm thinking of. Craig T. Nelson is who I'm thinking of. He's also Mr. Incredible.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he's also in Parenthood, which is a show you should watch if you haven't already.
I've heard it's good.
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah. You'd like it.
There's a couple things that I need to... There's a couple things that are out right now that I'm watching, but I will...
Yeah, I don't see him in enough things, which makes me sad, so I'm glad to see him. I'm glad he's getting work. I'll say that much. Last really got was Overboard.
I don't even
That was the
remember
Anna
this
Faris
one.
movie.
Oh, I don't...
Yeah, that one has some ethical consideration, doesn't it?
I want to see it, and I don't, because I feel like it's going to be largely the same shit as this one, where it's just, relies entirely on, cringy humor, and I feel like...
And again, kind of a fucked up premise.
Yeah, kind of a fucked up premise, and a lot of cringy humor. So, I don't know, I did, check a little bit at the trailer.
That's another movie I'm gonna have to go see. I'm so sad. I'm not gonna like it. I'm just gonna say it right now. But then again, who knows? I've been surprised. I actually really like Game Night, and that the trailer didn't look very good. So.
Let me see. I don't know where that is.
That was a movie that had Rachel McAdams and.
Oh, there's not a Rachel McAdams. Oh yeah, Rachel McAdams and Rachel Weisz.
I heard that movie's really good.
Disobedience.
Yeah.
I saw a extra clip from it aside from the trailer, and literally it was just oh, I gotta see this movie.
Rachel Weisz looks good for her age.
They both look incredible, and the only place it's showing is in San Francisco, and I'm pissed about it.
Oh, it's gonna get a wider release.
It better.
I hope so.
I will be fucking livid if that doesn't get a
Rachel McAdams getting up there finally, which is kind of nice to see, because she's been kind of on the undercurrents in The Notebook.
That's true. But how do you top The Notebook? For its time.
I was gonna say in many ways.
For its time.
Even back then,
I love The Notebook.
one of my exes made me watch it a long time ago, and thank God I didn't have to watch the entire thing.
Shame.
I saw the twist coming literally from the opening credits, so it's not like I already knew exactly what was going to happen.
It doesn't matter.
And the only thing I remember watching the movie is being fascinated by how manipulative it was.
It was all unhealthy in all sorts of ways.
Oh yeah, because wow, this is
feel
shamelessly pandering to teenage audiences.
So many of movies that were made in that time and before, in that year and before it.
Yeah, when Nicholas Sparks movies were popular.
Yes, just super unhealthy relationships.
Still disturbingly common. Don't even get me started on all that shit.
That's true.
That's something that gives me a rage boner.
I've not heard that term before in my life.
You know, you get really angry and the blood starts flowing, and next you know you got a rage boner. It's like that looks just as angry as you do.
Sure.
It's like Darth Vader, but purple. So there's that.
Yeah, anyway.
Oh, that image.
Enjoyed it.
So probably on Thursday we'll get the Avengers panel together so we can talk about that. Don't worry, I have good things to say about it.
Okay.
Have you been keeping up on any of the Marvel movies in the past few years?
No, I literally never watch superhero movies unless it's fucking Black Panther.
Okay, Black Panther was great. To be fair, yeah. You should
I still
watch it.
haven't seen Thor.
The first one?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
I mean, it's not the best one, but
I haven't seen any of them, to be fair.
my God, you need to come over to my
Especially
place
hasn't
more.
seen the first one.
One of these days, when you're not as busy, we're just gonna have we're gonna have like a 3-month marathon.
marathon.
We're just gonna we're gonna make a dedicated schedule. Like, all right, at this time, you're gonna come over. We're gonna watch the Iron Man movies, and then we're gonna work our way. We're gonna watch them all in chronological order.
I saw Iron Man 1.
We're gonna watch them all in chronological order from where they take place in the Marvel MCU timeline.
Can I just read the comic books? I'm okay with that.
No, because they change a lot. But you should read Squirrel Girl.
So
You'd
it'd
like
be
that
pretty
book.
expensive. Okay.
You'd like that one. No, I don't want to give anything away for that yet. But of all the books that's out right now, you should look up The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. That one you'd love.
Interesting. All right.
I'll explain why in the drive back. But
Okay.
anyway. So yeah, tomorrow on Thursday, probably talk about the Avengers. Probably, I don't know when. And then after that, maybe Super Troopers True. It was like a huge demand for me to see it. I don't know. And then whatever the fuck comes out next week. Not much, because, Avengers is earning all the money in the goddamn world right now. Like, literally, we tried to go see it on Sunday, and literally every show was sold out by the time we got there, except for, like, the 9:50 showing.
Ugh, yeah,
We
it's
said,
too
fuck
late.
that, yeah.
This is already getting late for me.
Alright, so, you got any final thoughts?
I chuckled, but all sorts of problematic.
I'm not the target audience. That's it. See you guys later.